the Art of Living Foundation at our sister station 90.5. Let me give you some context, and this is really, really important in terms of what's happening around this time of year, which is the Lenten season as well, where we do a lot of reflection. The Art of Meditation, learn to meditate effortlessly, also known as the Sahaj Samadhi Meditation Course. It trains your conscious mind to experience the silent depths of your own nature. The practice brings these qualities of increased energy, clarity, joy, and deep inner peace into our daily experience. Anyone can learn and become fully proficient in just a few hours of training. So you can sign up to experience one's own infinite potential for peace, joy, and creativity. That sounds like music to my ear. I cannot wait for this conversation to start. So let's link now with 90.5, Zan, and of course our beautiful listeners.
And she comes with a wealth of experience and information when it comes to the art of meditation. She's got over 24 years of experience that spans the globe, I can see, from India to Europe to North, Central America, to the Caribbean, of course, because that's where we are. So good morning to you, Pooja Tolani, and welcome to Radio 90.5 and Heartbeat 104.1.
Good morning, and thank you so much for having me here.
Sorry about being a little bit late to everyone with this interview. I had a little issue with my telephone line this morning, but I want to thank Pooja very, very much for being patient with me. And I guess being an advocate and being so experienced with the art of meditation, that allows for that kind of calm and patience in times of stress, right?
The delay was a little bit more welcome from my side because I got in very, very late last night, and so this works just as well.
All right, great. So the art of meditation, how to meditate, many of us feel that is something outside of our reach. The average person like me, I don't think that is something, I've never thought that is something that I can do. But we live in such a stress-filled world, and we're being pulled on all sides, and we have all these different emotions sometimes that overwhelm us. And I think maybe this might be the answer that some of us have been looking for. So Pooja, can you just explain to us a little bit about what meditation entails?
Very often when we ask people what meditation is, a general idea would be concentration. People say, I have to concentrate on my thoughts or my breath or something. Here in the art of meditation, we learned that in fact it's quite the opposite. Meditation is deconcentration. The result of it may be concentration. But meditation is that state of absolute effortlessness where you're not making an effort. You tell yourself for the next 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I'm going to do absolutely nothing. My favorite definition of meditation was given by my teacher, Gurudev Sri Ravi Shankar, where he said, meditation is the very, very skillful art of doing absolutely nothing. Right? So I sit for 15 minutes, 20 minutes and tell myself, for the next this many minutes, the world is perfect as it is. I don't want anything. I don't do anything. I am nothing. And I'm just going to sit here. And thoughts come. They let them, you watch them like a little movie playing in front of you, but don't engage in anything. So really an absolute effortlessness, the state of absolute comfort is what meditation is.
That sounds amazing to me. That is something I would love to be able to do, and I'm sure many of our listeners as well. So this is why I am sure you are here for this workshop. Tell us more about the workshop that you will be holding.
This is going to be a 3-day workshop that we call the Art of Meditation, and that's exactly what it does. It talks about what meditation is. It demystifies concepts around it. It's not, the idea is not to be sit and be miserable for 20 minutes. It really is the art of letting go. And in this workshop, you actually learn a very, very ancient meditation technique called the Sahaj Samadhi, which is a mantra-based meditation technique. So you have guided meditations out there which can take you to a certain degree of relaxation. But if you really want to begin an inward journey, truly touch a deeper chord inside, you need a time-tested technique, and that's where this comes in. So every individual that walks into the workshop gets their own little personal sound vibration that they use then to go into deeper states of meditation. And it's one of the most effortless meditation techniques out there. So that's exactly what, and they all take a technique back home that they can fall back on a daily basis and turn this into a daily practice, thereby really taking care of their mental health practically.
And that is so important. Mental health is something I think, we often don't pay enough attention to. And when that falls apart, then everything else does, right? Because if you can't be, your best self, then you have nothing left to give anyone else. So it's for 3 days. It's next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
That's right. And it's 2 hours every day. We have 2 batches, that's 10 to 12 in the morning, and then again 7 to 9 in the evening.
All right, so you have 2 different times for whichever is most convenient to those. So there are some who, when the kids are off to school in the morning time, they'll have that free time, and then there are those who might be working, and the evening time will be more appropriate and easier for you to... Where is this taking place?
This is happening at 56 Cellier Street, St. Augustine.
And that's, I'm seeing here, right behind RBC and Massey, St. Augustine. So that's a huge landmark. There's no missing it. How can they be a part of it? Do they need to pre-register? And is there a cost attached? What is it?
Yes, they can contact Sadia, who is our coordinator here, and her number is 354-9529. And the cost to attend is $600.
So that's $600 for 3 days.
That's right.
And you have a website they can also go to?
Yes, they can just go to artofliving.org and they'll find everything up there.
Pooja, let me ask you this, because I see you have a background in marketing and advertising, and that's a very vibrant field, a very high-pressure field to be in, right? How did you decide? Do you still do that in addition to the meditation?
I feel like I'm marketing happiness at this point more than any other product. So in certain ways, yes, but I never really took off on the career as much as I was interested in, because I started to do this when I was back in university.
Right.
And I just got so much fulfillment and joy from doing this that nothing else appealed to me as much. But nonetheless, stress is something that is inbuilt in our society, and I just feel so much more equipped to be able to deal with daily stresses with everything else that I do.
How have you found it? Because I see you've been from Indian villages, to remote areas of India, to Europe, to big corporate, businesses, big organizations. You try to help people in all different spheres of life, right?
Yes, that's right.
How is it different? Trying to get meditation across to, let's say, someone in a rural part of India as opposed to someone in a powerful position in a major corporation?
What's interesting is that the packaging may look a little bit different, but at the core of it all, every human is simply looking to be happy at this point. There's not a single person that won't say they want to be healthy, they want to be happy. Everything that one is doing in life is in search of happiness. Imagine you had all the money or all the wealth in the world, but you weren't happy. Right? What's the point of it? And so in that sense, it becomes very, very easy, because that's just the one thing that the whole world seems to be running after. And so the packaging, the approach might be a little bit different. The words that I use may be a little bit different, but that's all that is. Everything else is pretty much the same. Which is why everyone all across the world, we're spread in now over 190 countries, I'm told. And the course that we teach, the techniques that we take people through, everyone connects to it in such a deep manner.
Have you ever come across someone who was not able to pick up meditation?
Not really. I think some people take a couple of days, or sometimes hours, sometimes weeks, but everyone finds easy to connect with it. This is where a technique and a teacher come in very, very handy. Right. You can try and do it on an app. If you're a beginner, you can go onto YouTube, and there's, at the click of a button, there's 1,000 meditations available, and yet they may not give you deeper experiences as you might have when you are doing it under the guidance of a very trained teacher, especially someone like our founder who's kind of revived ancient techniques, and these have, like I said, been time tested and everything. There's so much research done on what we do. So very few people, I don't think I've ever come across anyone that said that they didn't enjoy what we did.
Well, that right there is how we are going to once again make the appeal to everyone out there. If you want to, experience your own infinite potential for peace, for joy, for creativity, to have that sense of calm that you exude, Pooja, I think we all want that. We all need that in our lives. So just a reminder to everyone, the workshop takes place Monday 19th, Tuesday 20th, and Wednesday 21st. It's a 3-day course, 2 hours per day, $600 for the entire course. There are 2 sessions, morning 10 to 12, evening 7 to 9 p.m. It's happening at Celia Street in St. Augustine. And if you want to be a part of it, you can contact the Art of Living Foundation there. Can you remind us of the number on the website?
It's 354-9529.
And it's the artofliving.org.
That's right.
Thank you very well. Welcome back to Trinidad, Pooja, and thank you very much for taking the time out to explain a little bit about this workshop to all of us. And we hope that we will see you there.
Yes, sounds good. I can't wait to see everyone. Thank you so much for having me on.